All right, here we are for round 1, Jedi versus Sith.
Yes.
So I'll be playing Jedi. Abby, of course, will be playing
Sith.
Obviously.
That's a no-brainer right there.
No-brainer. So just we'll take a look at the opening hand here. We purposely didn't go over the decks, so that way we can kind of discover the set together as we play it. So let's just take a quick look at the lands here. So we have kind of the multicolored lands. We have the Jedi Enclave, which lets you just add a generic mana to your mana pool, or you can sack it for a forest, plains, or island. So it's kind of a mini Evolving Wilds, which is really cool. There's a different enclave for each of the factions. We have a big full art forest, which is nice. Then for our actual cards, we have a Night Spider.
Oh, that's scary.
1/1 Death Touch.
Oh my god.
Then we have a Gifted Initiate, who's a Jedi, so it has the Meditate ability that we saw earlier. We can return it to our hand, and when it enters the battlefield, we tap target creature and this guy.
But it's only an initiate.
Yeah, so he doesn't really do much. He just taps guys. So
he can meditate, so he's gifted.
We'll see how gifted he really is. Then we have this kind of combat trick, Surprise Maneuver. You can untap up to 2 creatures we control, and creatures our opponents control get -1, -0. So,
is it a trap?
Apparently. So then the last card in our hand, we have Mon Calamari Initiate. So when he enters the battlefield, we can draw a card, and we can meditate to return him to our hand. So we can return him to our hand, play him again, draw a card. So if you have 6 mana, we can kind of repeat that. So it should be interesting. Again, I'm interested to see how repetitive this meditate mechanic is. If it's not at all, I'll be very happily surprised. And one more thing before we get in, it's just Abby and I just kind of created these exhibition decks. They're not meant to be super powerful. They're not meant to be super great or anything. They're just, each of them has 1 rare, a couple uncommons, and the rest are just commons, because we just want to get a feel for what the set is like if you were to play limited with it, sealed or draft, and jamming 4 Darth Vaders into your deck. Obviously, if you were playing constructed, that's what you do, but not in limited.
We're not here focusing on strategy just yet, so
right. We just want to
give you a taste. We just want to give you a taste of what's in store with the Star Wars set.
Exactly. All right, cool. So I'm going to go ahead. I rolled to go first, and I will play my forest.
Ooh,
and
scary.
I'll cast my Night Spider.
Ooh, that's spicy.
All right, and I think that's it. So you can go ahead.
Ooh,
so we have our 1/1 Death Touch. We can't cast this guy next turn, but I don't think that's a big deal, because probably we're not going to have anything to tap on Abby's side. Maybe we will if she has a 1-drop. But we'll see. I mean, we can play... I think we're just going to play our Jedi Enclave next turn, and then we're going to just go from there and see what happens. Oh, Abby does have a 1-drop. It's the Neophyte Hate Flare, so she can pay a life to make each opponent lose a life. So that's kind of the hate enabler on the Sith side.
Oh, she is enabling so much right now.
All right.
All right, it's your turn.
Okay,
Best turn.
Untap, draw. What do we get? Oh, we got a Plains. Well, that's pretty cool. So, yeah, we might as well just play the Plains, and then we will play our Gifted Initiate. So when he comes into play, I will tap him and your Neophyte Hate Flare.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll attack with my Night Spider, and you'll take 1?
Yep, I'll take 1.
All right, down to 19, pass the turn.
All right.
So over the next 2 turns, I think we're going to play... these 2 lands. We'll get an island, because I really want to play this Mon Calamari Initiate. I really want to see if I can get him online drawing us cards. So we'll see what Abby does, though. So what do you got, Abby?
What don't I have? Let's see here.
All right, you got a mountain, 2 mana. So what's going to come? So we have a Senator Pascal Argente. Apologies if I'm mispronouncing these things. Argente. So whenever a creature dies, each opponent loses 1 life. Oh, that's pretty good. Pretty good uncommon.
Yes.
So that also triggers the hate pretty well if you can kill creatures. So okay, cool. So are you gonna attack or stay back on defense for my 2/1, or what are you gonna do?
I mean, if I can do 1 damage for free, I'm gonna go ahead and do it for free.
Right, we'll go to attack. Are you're tapping your guy, or you're attacking?
My bad. Yes, I'm attacking.
Down to 19. All set?
Yes, I am all set. And next turn is yours.
All right, so let's untap, draw. What do we get? We got Jedi Battle Healer. Ooh, that's a nice one. So when it enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life, and it's a 2/3 with lifelink. Ooh. So I think we know what we're doing this turn. Again, I'm trying to decide if we should attack here, because will we get value off of this 2/1 later? Do I really want to trade my... Yeah, I'm pretty happy trading either of these for Abby's things. So we're going to go ahead and attack, because I really don't want her getting a lot of value off of this thing. So if she wants to take the 3 damage, that's fine. But if she wants to block it, then that's also fine. So what's it going to be? Blocks or take? Depends if you have big guys in your hand, or if you just want to retain your...
Actually, no, I think I'm gonna save... I'm gonna take the 3.
All right, so you take 3. That's fine. Go to our second main, play a land, and then we will play Jedi Battle Healer.
Wow.
So it enters the battlefield, we gain 3 life, 1, 2, 3, up to 22, and then we'll pass turn to you.
All right, great.
So while Abby's taking her turn, one thing that we need to kind of keep in mind here is that, we have these meditate guys. So in order to just get maximum value from them, we're going to be wanting to return them to our hands whenever we can, basically, and whenever we can and we don't have anything better to do. We'll have to keep in mind once we get to maybe 5 mana that we might want to return this guy to our hand. Alright, so you got an island, 3 mana, you got all your mana, that's kind of nice.
Yeah, I got a nice base here.
You got your Sith Grixis colors, what's going on?
Alright, so I'm actually going to play Cloaking Device.
Cloaking Device, alright, so I really like this Cloaking Device because one thing that, when looking at the Sith, and you'll notice that they're red, black, and blue. It's like, yeah, that's great for black and red that their mechanic is, that an opponent has to lose life outside of combat, but how does blue really accomplish that? And one way that they do that is by having cards like this, like Cloaking Device, which says the creature can't be blocked, so it can attack freely, and also whenever it attacks, the defending player loses a life. So it kind of turns on hate. So what's this Cloaking Device doing? Who's it attaching to, Abby?
It's attaching to Senator Pascal Argente.
Alright, so he's a 2/2 unblockable. Mm-hmm. Are you coming in with him, I assume?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Alright, there you go. Alright, so whenever he attacks, I lose a life. Boink. And then I take 2 more. Boink, boink. Down to 19.
Yeah, okay, so that's my...
It seems like a losing proposition when I have a lifelinker out, but...
Actually, hang on. Alright, so that's my turn. Go ahead.
Alright, so we will untap, draw... Jedi Battle Mage. So when it enters the battlefield, tap a creature an opponent controls. That creature doesn't untap. So that'd be nice if we had blue, but we currently don't have blue. We can sack these, but it comes into play tapped. All of our cards are blue, so yeah, I think it's time for us to go to attacks. And you know what? I think I'm just going to get in with everything. Ooh. Because if Abby wants to block here, then she takes 2 more. If she wants to block on our 2/1, then our Death Touch is still alive. I'm really not concerned about this guy being unblockable and making us lose life. So what are you going to do?
I think I'm actually going to... That's 5. Alright. So, well, I think I'll trade with the spider this time.
Trade with the spider?
Yep.
So you take 4?
Yep.
Alright, take 4 down to 12, and I gain 2 up to 21. And then these guys kill each other.
Sweet.
And yeah, go ahead. So
okay.
During Abby's end step, we'll probably crack these for islands, and we either play this guy or this guy, depending.
Okay.
Alright, so you have this 2/2 unblockable. Doesn't really do much against the Jedi Battle Healer. Alright, so what do you got?
Alright, so I'm actually going to attack.
Okay. Well, great. Hey, you clicked on attack first.
I did.
Nice. Alright,
hey.
so you attack.
Yes.
So I lose a life,
Yep.
down to 20, and then lose 2 more from damage.
Exactly.
Okay?
Alright.
Sounds fine to me. I got a life linker, so...
Oh, yeah. Of course, that sounds good to you. Right,
Ooh, 4 mana. What's this?
Sith Manipulator.
Ooh, Sith Manipulator.
Yep.
Oh, that's actually really good. Okay, so when it comes into play, you can return a creature to its owner's hand, normally. Or, with its hate ability, you can put that creature on top of its owner's library instead. And since you put the Cloaking Device on this guy, I lost life outside of combat, so that makes his ability better. So actually,
Yep.
I was a little dubious about you putting the Cloaking Device on this guy, but it actually kind of worked out.
Yeah.
So who are you putting on top of my library?
That's the Force, man.
I'm assuming it's a Battle Healer.
Yeah, I'm going to put the Battle Healer on top of your library.
Alright, so let's move to top of library.
Oh, God, get rid of that life link.
Oh, man. So, okay. Are you all set?
Yes, I'm all set for now.
So we actually have a really tough decision here because I was planning on cracking these during my end step, but now that we have that guy on top of our library, I kind of don't want to get rid of it, so we're just going to pass, untap, draw, get him back. And yeah, I probably should have cracked these in response to Abby targeting it, so that way I could have gotten the islands and still played this, but whatever. I'm still getting,
we all make mistakes.
Still getting used to the set, so... Played him again, gained 3 life, and Abby has a 2/2, but she's at 12 life. Yeah, we're going to press our advantage a bit and attack with our 2/1.
Alright.
So you're going to block, or are you going to take 2?
I'm going to block your Gifted Initiate.
Alright, so they kill each other?
Yes.
Alright. And then you can go ahead.
Alright.
So during Abby's end step this time, unless she does something crazy again, we're going to probably sack this for an island, and then we'll play Battle Mage, maybe tap this down for a turn, and then we can maybe get another island, play this guy, start getting some card advantage, so...
Alright, so I'm going to come in I'm going to go to try attack phase.
Alright, so I take 3, 1, and then 2 more from damage.
Yep, you sure do, and then I'm going to play Sith Citadel.
Sith Citadel. All right, so it comes in play tapped, and you add a black to your mana pool.
I sure do.
Are you still in your attacks, or?
Oh, I'm in my second main.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
There we go.
Everybody make mistakes. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do repurpose.
Ooh! So destroy target creature and return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand. So you can get back, I'm guessing, Sith Manipulator.
Oh, absolutely.
Wow, that's really good. Jeez.
That's the power of the Force, baby.
That it looks like the power of the, what are those things called? Jawas?
No, those are Ewoks.
No, those aren't Ewoks. Those are the things that work with Luke on the desert planet. Ewoks are the little fuzzy animals.
Oh, I guess
totally Jawas.
All right, I guess they're Jawas.
All right, wow. So actually, Abbey putting this cloaking device on this thing is really working out, because now next turn, if we play a creature, she can just, put it on top of our library again. So, all right, you all set?
Oh, I am so set.
Okay, well then, pass the turn.
Never.
Okay, we're going to sacrifice this, and we're going to finally get an island, put it into play tapped. Then we will pass, untap, draw. Ooh, Jedi Knight. So when it leaves the battlefield, return target non-land permanent you don't control to its owner's hand.
Oh, that's interesting.
I'd love to do that to get this cloaking device off of this guy, but we don't have a way. If we had 5 mana, then we could play it and meditate it, but we don't currently. So I think that means, what we're going to do is we're going to play our Jedi Battle Mage, and we're going to tap down your guy for a turn.
Sure.
So that way you can't get the hate bonus next turn. And then we'll pass the turn to you.
All right.
So again, if we draw a land next turn, then we can do this. We can play him, bounce him to our hand, get rid of the cloaking device. Or if we draw an island, then maybe we'll play this guy instead. We'll see what happens.
Anything could happen.
A 2/4 is actually pretty good here too, so just for blocking.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's definitely pretty good.
So what do you got, Abby?
So
you have 6 mana?
Yes, I have 6.
Kind of jealous?
All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to play... Whoops.
Ooh.
I don't want to click that image.
4 mana. Probably
just to... I'm going to play the Sith Holocron.
Play the Sith Holocron. Ooh, yeah, so Holocrons, there's one for each faction. This is the Sith one, obviously. You can put a charge counter on it, which I think Abby's going to do.
Oh, yeah.
So,
now.
And then you can remove a charge counter from it, add 1 of any color of that faction, or you can remove 2 to add 2 mana to your mana pool instead. So it's kind of like a mini coalition relic, which is very strong. And these guys are not quite as strong, but still pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
All right, so is that it? I'm assuming you don't want to play that Sith bouncer guy this turn, because you'll just bounce my guy to my hand and I'll tap down your guy again.
And I'm not interested in that, so you can go ahead.
All right, so we'll untap, draw, Strike Team Strike Team Commando. So when Strike Team Commando enters the battlefield, we can destroy an artifact without spaceflight. And this Holocron does not have spaceflight. So let's go ahead and do that before Abby can take advantage of it. So let's destroy the Holocron.
All right.
And then we will attack for 2.
Yep.
So you're down to 10?
Yep.
All right, and go ahead.
All right.
So threw this into this Jedi deck. Seemed pretty strong. I mean, most of the artifacts in the set do have spaceflight, it seems like, but that worked out well there for the Holocron. Although Abbey does have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana already, so maybe it wasn't the greatest, but we'll see.
Hey, that's all right. I'm going to come in for the beats with the Argente.
Are you attacking?
I sure am.
All right, so down to 17 and then 15. All right, and you have hate turned on.
I sure do, and...
Oh, boy.
Which is really helpful for this.
So Sith Manipulator, again. So you can put a guy on top of my library, either the Battle Mage or the Strike Team Commando.
I would probably go with what's open right now, so probably the Commando.
Yeah, I think putting the Commando is... it's better because... You don't have any artifacts, so I'm not going to be able to destroy anything. And if this guy were to come down again, then I'd tap your, this or this, and then you'd get in for less damage. So
exactly.
I think it's fine.
All right, cool. Well, that is the end of my turn. Go ahead.
All right, so we will untap, draw. There's our Strike Team Commando again. I mean, the 3/3 isn't bad, but we are kind of getting beat down by this 2/2 unblockable dude. And we have no way of dealing with it currently.
It's not that big of a problem. I mean, you're at 15
and
I'm at 10.
All right, I'm attacking. My 2/4.
I'll take that 2 damage.
Okay. And then in our second main... Yeah, I think what we'll do here is we're going to cast our Jedi Knight. It doesn't do anything when it comes into play, but when it leaves play, it does something. And that'll leave us open to crack our Jedi Enclave. So you can go, Abby.
Alright, cool.
Because playing against Strike Team Commando, that's just a generic 3-3. This guy's just a generic 3-3. And this way, again, we can leave this up to crack it, and we can get our second blue for our Mon Calamari Initiate. Start drawing some cards. Hopefully find a way to deal with this. Ooh, you're getting a little flooded over there.
Yeah, I'm getting really flooded over here, which is not very good. So in this case, I'm actually going to stay back this turn and not attack because, I'm going to be honest over here. I'm getting flooded over here. There's nothing that in my hand that I can use right at this point.
Yeah, even if you were to attack with this guy, I'd take 3 down to 12, but then I'd attack you with a 3-3 and a 2-4.
Yeah, you're going to come in for the beats, and I can't afford to take any more hits. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave these two back on the front. And I can't attack, so I'm going to go ahead and pass the turn and hope for something better when I do my draw step next turn.
Alright, well, you better hope real bad.
Believe
in the Force.
Hey, I'm using that Force, man.
Alright, so as you saw, we cracked our
Got a lot of hatred building.
Embodying the Sith over there. So next, we drew this thing, which is 3 mana, gold uncommon, and each of the factions have them. They're kind of these modal spells where you can choose from 3 different things. So this one is Wisdom of the Jedi. Lets us prevent all damage that would be dealt to players this turn. Gives a creature +1/+1 and protection of the color of our choice until end of turn, or counter a spell with converted mana cost 3 or less. So none of those really deal with these things, but they're not even a big deal at the moment.
Yeah.
So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go to attacks, and we'll just attack with both of our guys.
Alright, so I'm actually going to...
We'll see what happens with Abby's blocks.
This is rough. I can't really afford to take a whole lot of more damage. I have to block.
Yeah, I don't think you have to, but I think it's getting to the point where you're obliged to.
Yeah, it's getting to that point. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to double block the Jedi Knight here.
Alright, so you'll double block the Jedi Knight.
Which isn't really the best, but it's... it's something that I can do.
Yeah, no, that seems fine to me. So I will deal my 2 damage to the Senator, 1 to the Sith Manipulator, and then you take 2 down to 6.
Yep, I will take that.
All right. Nice. We finally got rid of that blasted cloaking device.
Oh god, it was so good though.
And then we will play our Mon Calamari Initiate. Draw a card. Hey, another land.
Can I eat it?
If you block it, maybe. All right, we'll pass the turn.
Alright.
So, again, keeping in mind kind of these meditate things, we can return this guy to our hand, we can return this guy to our hand, but we only have 5 mana right now. It kind of seems like we need 6 mana as the sweet spot to start recurring these, so...
Yeah, at this point, I'm super flooded. I have nothing but mana in my hand. This is just not good.
Uh-oh, don't tell me what's in your hand.
Well, it's important at this point.
Alright, no contest. Target creature you control fights target creature with power less than its power. Doesn't really do much here. These guys would just kill each other. So, yeah, I'll just attack, see what happens.
Alright, and I will block the Initiate because that's all I can do and hope for the best next turn, really.
Block the Initiate?
Yep, and take 2, yeah.
We'll go ahead and do this. I'll do Surprise Maneuver.
Oh, no!
Give all you guys -0/-1, so your guy turns into a 1/2.
Oh, boy, okay.
So you take 2 and your guy dies.
Oh, man,
so you're down to 2?
That is so rough.
Or did you already take
I already took the damage,
took it. Okay. Then the second main... Yep, alright. We'll pass the turn to you.
Oh, Lord.
So you gotta keep this in mind if Abby casts something this turn. Or if she just keeps drawing lands.
Yeah, I just drew land, so that's just not gonna...
So you want to concede, I guess?
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and concede that. That was just not cool at all, really. But, this is magic and things happen like that, so sometimes it's not the best.
You sound a little upset over there.
Well, yeah, the Force obviously was not in my favor this game.
Alright, so that's round 1, so we'll be back with round 2. Alright, here we are for round 2 of Jedi vs. Sith. This is my opening hand. I'm on the draw here since Abby lost the first game. Looks pretty good to me. We have all of our colors. We can crack this for a green if we need to. We have our Jedi Battle Healer. That did a lot of work last game. We got this Ithorian Initiate, who can search up for lands if we want, so that's pretty good. Surprise Maneuver, kind of a good trick. This Jedi Sentinel, we'll see what he does. And yeah, so I'm pretty happy with our hand. Abby, how's your opening hand?
Hey, it's looking good over here.
Looking good? All right, so go ahead and let's begin. We'll both keep.
All right, here we go.
All right, Island. Cool. So now we will untap and draw. And, ooh, we got the forest. Interesting. So we don't really need any double colors yet, so I think we're just going to go ahead and play forest and pass the turn.
All right.
We could have cracked this to just get a land out of our deck, but there are some double color requirements in our deck. I know we at least have the double blue guy who lets us, the double blue Jedi who draws a card when he comes into play. So I'm going to keep this around until we know what double color we need. All right, Abbey plays Senator Lots Dodd. Okay. Spells your opponents cast that target you cost 2 more to cast, and spells your opponents cast that target a creature you control cost 1 more. Okay, interesting. So he's kind of taxing us a little bit, like senators tend to do.
That's how it is, man.
All right, all set?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so we will untap, draw. What do we get? There's our double blue guy. So we don't really have anything to cast on 2, so I think we're going to go ahead and play this and pass the turn, and we're just going to get a island at some point on Abbey's turn, so that way we can have double blue to cast our Mon Calamari Initiate at some point. Alright, Abbey has a Sith Citadel, comes into play tapped, and she gets a black right away. So you have black, black, blue available. Alright, looks like something's coming out. Ooh, Cloaking Device again. That was a good one last game. Turned on all your hate cards, so...
Sure did.
Makes this guy unblockable. Whenever he attacks, we lose a life, so I assume you're attacking with him? Alright, so we lose a life from Cloaking Device, and then we lose 2 more from his 2 power.
Alright, and go.
Alright, so we're going to crack this during your end step, and then we're going to get an island out of our deck, put it into play, then we will untap, draw, and what do we get? Images of the Past. Oh, this is a cool card. I like this. So you can return 2 target creatures from your graveyard to the battlefield and immediately exile them, so they can't attack or block or activate their abilities or anything, which might seem kind of useless at first, but almost all of the Jedis have like comes into play or leaves play abilities, so it's a really cool kind of combo with those. So this turn, I guess we'll go ahead, play our planes, and then we can either play this Thorian Initiate or the Jedi Battle Healer. We don't really need lands right now, and this guy is a lifelinker, so we're going to cast our Battle Healer. So when he comes into play, we gain 3, and we'll pass the turn.
All right.
All right, so next turn, I'm looking to cast this Mon Calamari dude, and we'll just go from there. I mean, it seems like we're pressing our advantage pretty well. Yeah, this guy's unblockable, and he's hitting us for 3 a turn, but as long as Abbey doesn't have any kind of insane hate cards, then I'm not too concerned about that. Alright, Abbey has 2 mana, and Dark Apprenticeship. So that at the beginning of your end step, and if opponent lost life from a source blob other than combat damage, Dark Apprenticeship deals 2 damage to a player. Ooh, okay, fair enough. And that's an enchantment, so that's going to be a little hard to get rid of. So you're attacking with this guy? Alright, so we lose 1, and then 2 more.
Alright, and going to my end step.
Yep, and then I lose 2 more life from Dark Apprenticeship. Okay, fair enough. All set?
Yep, all set.
Alright, so we'll untap, draw, Predator Strike. Yeah, that's a decent trick at some point, but not right now. Yeah, this is going to start adding up, because now we're taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 a turn. We do have our 2 power life linker, but can't return anything. Nothing really takes care of that. So I think we're just going to go ahead and play our Calamari. So when he comes into play, we draw a card. Okay, not so great, but whatever. We'll attack with our 2/3. Take it?
Yep.
Alright, so you're down to 18. We gain 2 from lifelink, and we'll pass the turn. So, I mean, we are taking 5 a turn from here, but we are gaining 2 back, so we're only, like, netting 3 damage, and we're going to start getting in for even more. So unless Abbey has, like, more stuff to play on the board, like creatures to block or whatever, then I'm not too concerned, because then we even have this that could hopefully help us bust our way through, but we'll see what happens. Ooh, it's a Sith Sorcerer. Alright, when it enters play, we use Scry 2. Alright, and then when it dies, if an opponent lost life, then you draw a card. That's nice, okay.
Okay, so I put the card I looked at on the top of my library, because it was really good. And here we're going to go in for the beats.
Alright.
So here we go.
In your main phase?
No, my attack phase. As soon as you said that, I clicked.
Alright, so I'll take 1, and then I'll take 2 more, because it's unblockable thanks to Cloaking Device, so I'm down to 14.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Then during the end step, I take 2 more, thanks to Dark Apprenticeship. Alright, we'll see what happens. Let's draw. Alright, now it's our turn to get a little flooded. Let's see here. We could do this, we could use that to bounce this guy, and then that would get rid of the aura, which would be very helpful, and I think we might just do that. So yeah, why don't we go ahead, we'll play this Plains, and we'll tap one of each color, and we'll play this Jedi Sentinel. So when it comes into play, you can return a creature we control and target creature we don't control to their owner's hands. So I'm going to return your Senator to your hand. And since it's an ability and not a spell, it doesn't cost more to target it. And I will return the Calamari guy to my hand because I have to return another creature to my hand. And that way we can draw some more cards. Now we'll attack for 2. Any blocks, Abigail?
No. I'll take it.
Alright, so you take that. We gain 2 up to 14, and I'll pass the turn. So we still have this up in case we need it for some reason. We also have this up in case we need it for some reason. So yeah, I'm pretty good about this game. Oh, going to attacks? Mm-hmm. Alright. Attacking with the 2/2 when it dies. Well, I don't know if you have a way to turn on hate. You're at 16 and I'm at 14. I guess we might as well just do this, because when else are we going to do it? So I'm going to use Surprise Maneuver. Gives all your guys -0, -1 until end of turn, and untaps our guys.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright. So then I will block with my Lifelinker on your 2/2.
Okay.
So
you mean my 1/2, right?
Oh, your 1/2. My bad. So it dies. I gain 2 life. You got blown out. It was a trap.
Wow. All right. Well, that complicates things a little bit.
Yep, this Dark Apprenticeship isn't doing too much anymore.
Not really.
Oh, no, not the Holocron.
Yeah.
So Holocrons are good for ramping, but when you're being beaten down, not so great. All right, so pass the turn.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we'll untap, draw, Night Spider. Okay, fair enough. Go ahead and play our land. Don't think there's anything we want to do pre-combat, so we'll just go ahead and attack with our dudes.
All right.
Take 4?
Yeah, I'll take 4.
All right, gain 2 up to 18. You're down to 12. And, yeah, might as well just go ahead and play our Mon Calamari dude. Draw another card. Ooh, we could play our own Holocron. Or we could hold up this, or we could play this guy. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and keep on building our board. I'm going to play Night Spider, 1/1 Death Touch. Pass turn.
All right.
You going to charge your Holocron?
Yes, during your end step.
We'll pretend like you did that during your end step.
Yeah, pretend like I did that during your end step.
Yeah, I don't think we really need to play our Holocron right now. We have 6 mana. That's more than enough to cast everything in our hand. We can get even more land with this guy, so not too concerned. So right now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana available. Alright, 4 mana for Sith Inquisitor. Alright, so he has hate, which means he does nothing, because you didn't hit me with non-combat damage, so he's just a 5/1.
Yeah, you know.
I mean, sometimes you gotta play a 5/1.
Alright, go ahead.
Alright, so we will untap, draw. What do we get? Jedi Battle Mage. Oh my god, we are just gonna wreck you. I'm sorry, Abby.
That's alright.
We'll
it's all a part of the
Jedi
game.
Battle Mage. When it comes into play, we tap a creature, doesn't untap. We'll tap your Inquisitor, of course.
Oh man, that's rough.
Yep, and then we will attack with everyone. So you take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down to 4, and we gain 2 off life.
Oh my god, brutal!
We could have put her to 1 using this, but I don't think we need to do that, so we'll pass the turn.
Oh, why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah, we'll just keep this up now. We really don't need the mana, and I would rather just, keep this just in case of, I don't know what could happen. So, something funny happen over there?
Oh, no, nothing happened. Alright, so let's see what I can do.
Alright, so you still got 5 mana.
Let's see.
Also, your Inquisitor's still tapped.
Yes, it's still tapped, of course.
Of course.
Of course.
Because the Jedi are crushing the Sith.
Yes, exactly. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and see if we can't just put the manipulator out.
Okay, so that still does something, even though you don't have hate, so you can bounce one of my guys or your own guy, but
yeah, I think for now I'm going to bounce... Oh god, who do I bounce?
Good question.
Let's see, I'll bounce the calamari... I'll bounce the food.
Fair enough. Alright. Sounds good. Is that it?
Let's see here. What else do we got here? I think that's all I can do for now, unfortunately.
All right.
Yeah, so go ahead.
All right, so we will untap, draw, Jedi Instructor. That's pretty good, but this thing gives trample, so I think we're going to just try and end this. So we're going to attack with everyone.
We're going to block here.
All right. And so unless Abbey has some sort of 1-mana trick with the Holocron, I think this is going to be over. So you take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sounds good to me.
And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to tap this
Oh,
guy.
No, she does have something.
I do.
What is it? What is it?
Vapor Snag.
Ooh, Vapor Snag. So another good card in the set that gives blue a way to turn on hate.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use it on your Battle Mage.
My Battle Mage.
You're a blue Jedi Battle Mage.
Is there anything we can do to stop that? No? Okay. Whoa, don't want to bring them all to my hand, so I will take the Battle Mage back to my hand, and you're still blocking this guy?
Yep.
So you'll take 1, 2, 3, but I'm going to use Predator's Strike.
Oh, boo!
On my blocked Sentinel.
Are you what? Why wouldn't you just end the battle?
Because it gives it trample as well.
Oh, okay.
So it's a 5/5 trample. Trample's over for 3, 4, 5, 6.
So you're just playing with your food before you eat it.
I wasn't I mean, you might have had something. So
yeah.
Is it game over?
It's game over, baby. It's done. The Sith just were not quite up to par for you today.
All right, cool. So that was actually, from my point of view, that was an easy battle. So yeah, I mean, just playing from the Jedi side, it seemed like I was just kind of slaughtering, to be
yeah, I know. It felt like over here too. I mean, like, if I don't have hate, which I mean, like, I don't really have a whole lot of things to trigger hate, it seems like.
Well, yeah, I mean, again, we didn't build these decks to be completely optimal. They're made of mostly commons, but we really wanted to make sure that the themes of the set, like hate, could be turned on using stuff available at common, because if you're drafting and your theme isn't available at common, then it's just not going to work, you know?
Yeah, and it's definitely not working here. Like, I'm gonna be honest and say that I'm not really all that happy with this deck here. I mean, like, the Sith are cool, they're big and they're bad, but I mean, like, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to just crush you with pure power and pure hate, but there just weren't enough ways in this deck to turn on hate.
Yeah, and maybe there are other ways and we just didn't see them yet, but from my experience playing this, it seemed like, the Jedi, they come into play, they do something, like tap a creature down, or put a +1/+1 counter, or gain me life, or whatever, and then I can meditate them, return them to my hand. I didn't even need to do that, it should be said, during this game, and I can just get it again and again. But with your guys, the Sith, it seemed like most of their value was they needed hate to be turned on if they were going to do anything.
Yeah.
So it's like the Jedi were, play me and you get value no matter what. Whereas the Sith were, you have to have hate turned on to get value from me, So it just seemed like I had that natural advantage right there.
Yeah, you definitely did, I feel like.
One thing, just a different point is, I was worried that meditate might make it a little repetitive. Like, the correct play would be to, if we have a lot of mana out, to just meditate back to my hand, play the guy, meditate back, play the guy, and I feared it would make it repetitive. That didn't come up, but I think that was just because we didn't really get to the late game. We only got, I only had, 6, 7 lands out at most.
Yeah.
So maybe that's just, maybe it's not repetitive like I feared, or maybe it's just not a problem at all, so.
I guess.
Alright, so that was an interesting battle between Jedi and Sith. Jedi took it handily. We'll keep that in mind when we go into playing Draft and Sealed. And the next round that Abby and I will do is going to be Droids versus Monsters.
Oh, stay tuned.